Hi, Carmen. Long time no see. It's me, Alice. It's been like 8 years since we last talked, right? Huh? Alice? Long time no see. You see, there's something important I need to tell you. I'm about to get married! Oh, is that so? Congratulations. Thanks. Why do you not sound like you're excited about it? Is there something wrong? I mean, an old friend of yours is about to get married. Aren't you happy to hear that? Oh, yeah, that's good news, I guess. Yep. I'm glad to see that you've cheered up. And is that all you had to say to me? Oh, that's right. Thanks for reminding me. Tell me your new address, Carmen. Why? I'm going to send you a wedding invitation. You live in the province now because of your husband's work, right? I'll mail it to you directly instead of to your parents' house. I'd prefer it if you just sent it to my parents' house instead. Huh? Why? But that would just be more work, wouldn't it? You see, there's a possibility that we're going to move again at any moment because of my work. It would be even more of a hassle if that happened, so I ask everyone to send stuff to my parents' house instead whenever they want to mail me something. You see, the post office already knows to send me mail that's directed to me whenever it's sent to my parents' house. Oh, is that so? All right, I'll just send it to your parents' house instead. Yep, thanks. Hi, Alice. Can you talk right now? Oh, hi, Carmen. You should have received the wedding invitation I sent to you by now, right? I'm looking forward to seeing you there. Are you sure the date written on the wedding invitation is correct? It's not some sort of printing error, right? Of course it's the correct date. I made sure myself that there were no mistakes on the wedding invitations. Why do you ask? But it says that your wedding is going to be this weekend. This has to be some sort of mistake, right? I mean, that's only 2 days from now. Yep, that's not a mistake. Huh? What do you mean, yup? You say that like this is completely normal. Huh? Do you have any problems with this weekend? You can't just invite me to your wedding so suddenly. I have plans as well, you know. Besides, I'm going to have to prepare for your wedding as well, aren't I? And it's not like I live nearby to where you're going to throw your wedding ceremony either. This is halfway around the country. Uh-huh? Are you trying to tell me that you're not going to celebrate my wedding this weekend? But I'm an old friend of yours. Listen here, Alice. I live quite far away from our hometown now. Are you going to pay for my travel expenses for me to get there? Huh? Don't you think that's a bit too stingy? If you have any intention of celebrating my wedding, then it's only natural for you to not care about the expenses and come to my wedding no matter what. That's not what I'm trying to tell you. If I'm going to be going to your wedding, I'll have to prepare clothes and a wedding gift and stuff, right? You're gonna make me do all of that in 2 days? Huh? And then prepare your clothes and a wedding gift then. 2 days should be more than enough time. No, it's not. I can't just get all of that prepared by this weekend. Besides, it's the polite thing to send out your wedding invitations at least 3 months before the wedding. What you're doing is ridiculous, Alice. Does your husband know that you're doing this? Come on, Carmen. We're old friends. There's no need to care about such details. I'm asking you to come to my wedding, and all you need to do is show up. Just prepare what you have to prepare and come to my wedding this weekend, all right? You say that like it's so easy. I mean, Serena was delighted when she received the invitation and told me that she would come no matter what. Don't you think it would be a bit sad if she came, but you didn't? What? Serena said that? Hold on. You sent her the wedding invitations at the same time you did to me, right? Yep. You're the only one who's being so stubborn about this and complaining. What? She seriously didn't say anything about how the wedding ceremony was only 2 days away? I find that hard to believe. Are you accusing me of lying now? First you complain about having to come to my wedding, and now this? This isn't how you're supposed to treat an old friend, Carmen. Now, you're going to have to come to my wedding, otherwise I'll never forgive you for this. Besides, a lot of our other classmates are going to be coming as well, so it's going to be like a reunion party. I really don't understand what you're so upset about. It'll be fun. Alright then, I'll be seeing you this weekend. Hi, Serena. Can you talk right now? It's about Alice's wedding. Oh, Carmen. I was just about to contact you myself. Is it true that you replied to Alice's wedding invitation that you were delighted for the invitation and that you would come no matter what? You're seriously just going to ignore the fact that she sent these wedding invitations to us less than a week before her wedding? Huh? I never said anything like that. On the other hand, Alice told me that you were the one who was so excited for her wedding and would come no matter what. Huh? There's no way that's true. Besides, she says she's going to have her wedding this weekend, right? There's only 2 days left. This is completely unbelievable. Tell me about it. Wait, doesn't this mean that she just lied to the both of us? And to think that she got all mad when I accused her of being a liar. At that little... Wait, hold on. Oh my god, look at the weather forecast. Huh? What's the matter? It says on the TV that a blizzard is going to hit the region Alice's wedding is going to take place in on the exact day of Alice's wedding. And that there's a high probability that the transportation systems are going to be shut down. What? Really? It looks like that region is famous for experiencing heavy snowfall. And that snows of more than 2 meters happen regularly. Apparently there are multiple precautions in place for blizzards like this, but the reporter is saying that despite that, the trains are probably going to stop. What? Is her wedding ceremony even going to take place anymore? It's probably impossible now. Carmen, you're on your way to my wedding, right? Huh? Hold on. Are you really going to be hosting your wedding ceremony in this weather? This blizzard is so strong that the authorities there are telling the locals to stay inside. Also, most of the trains have already stopped, apparently. The weather forecast says that the region your wedding ceremony is going to take place in is going to experience over 2 meters of snowfall. Huh? I'm not going to let you not come to my wedding just because there's a snowstorm or something. Besides, you knew that the weather was going to be like this beforehand, right? Why didn't you get here the day before and sleep in a hotel or something? It really wasn't that difficult. Could you stop complaining when you didn't even bother to put in the hard work to make it to my wedding? I couldn't take a leave from my work, so it can't be helped. Huh? Why weren't you able to take a leave from work? That just means you're terrible at planning. What? But didn't you just send me a wedding invitation 2 days before the wedding ceremony was supposed to take place? I don't want to be called a terrible planner by someone like that. Besides, my office isn't going to just let me take a leave with only a day's notice to attend a friend's wedding. So this is kind of your fault for sending out these wedding invitations this late. What? You're saying this is my fault? A true friend would drop everything and come to my wedding even if their company was saying they couldn't take a leave. Besides, could you quit complaining so much? It's just 2 meters of snow. If you really are my friend, then you would come even if you had to crawl your way here. You say that, but sorry, Alice. I guess I'm just not willing to go that far for you. Besides, I already left my house and am on my way there. Let me ask you this again. Are you sure you're going to go through with your wedding? Even if I was miraculously able to make it, I get the feeling that the majority of your guests wouldn't be able to show up. Of course I'm going through with the wedding. If you have the time to complain like this, then hurry up and come already. Don't worry about the other guests, because I'll make sure myself that they'll come. Hi, Carmen. Hi, Serena. Are you on the train right now? Yeah, to be honest, I don't think I'm even going to be able to make it to that region before her wedding is over. But if I don't at least show her that I tried to make it to her wedding, it's going to be even more of a hassle later on. I see. So this is what it's like to be an old acquaintance of Alice, who used to be called the Queen of Selfishness back in school. Your families are acquainted, right? Which means that it was difficult to reply to her invitation saying that you wouldn't come, huh? Yeah, that's basically it. Seriously, who would voluntarily go to her wedding? Oh, I remembered what I wanted to tell you. I found out about why she sent those wedding invitations right before her wedding ceremony was supposed to take place. Why is that? Apparently, she sent a fresh batch of wedding invitations mostly to people that she met after she graduated high school, but apparently 90% of them replied saying that they wouldn't come. What? Seriously? Well, it is Alice we're talking about. Yeah, one of our underclassmen from high school who went to the same college as Alice told me about it. I see. So she sent a second batch of wedding invitations right before her wedding to people like us who knew her from middle school and high school to make up for the lack of guests? I don't understand why she had sent it that late, though. Maybe she sent the first batch of wedding invitations 2 weeks before the wedding instead of 1 week. I guess this is what happens when the Queen of Selfishness shows people why she's called that in the first place. I'm just so glad that despite all that, you're coming to this wedding with me. I mean, I can't just let you go on your own to who knows where in this weather, right? Well, it's not like I actually expect to be able to make it there anyways. I'm just pissed that I have to spend all this money on tickets for the Shinkansen. The problem is how we're going to get there once we get off the Shinkansen at Tokyo Station and meet up, right? The weather in the central region is fine, so we'll be able to get to at least there, but... Yep. I doubt we'll be able to get any further than Tokyo. Carmen, you're on your way to my wedding like you said you were, right? I heard that Serena's almost at the wedding venue. Apparently she can't wait to see me in my wedding dress. But it looks like you sent Serena the exact same text, but with Carmen instead of Serena. We know that you're lying, Alice, because we're about to meet up at Tokyo Station. And to think that you acted all offended when I accused you of lying to me about Serena being excited for your wedding a few days earlier. Huh? Well, you see, I only needed to lie to you in the first place because you're such a disloyal friend. If you had just agreed to come to my wedding without complaining like that, I would have never had to lie to you. Yeah, whatever. It's not like I was surprised or anything. Anyways, did you forget that me and Serena were friends back in high school? You were trying to get us to come to your wedding by making it seem like the other person was excited for it, right? Yeah, but like I said, it's your fault for not wanting to come in the first place. Hold on, you guys are still in touch? Yeah. Not just that, though, since our husbands are cousins, we ourselves are cousins-in-law now. Huh? Cousins-in-law? Anyways, I'm almost at Tokyo Station. See you later. Oh, make sure you come to the wedding like you promised, all right? I am not going to accept the excuse of, I wasn't able to come because of the weather. Hi, Alice. Me and Serena just met up at Tokyo Station. What? You're still at Tokyo Station? But at this rate, you guys are going to arrive right as the wedding ceremony starts. I'm not going to let you be late to my wedding ceremony, all right? I'm an old friend of yours, so you can't just do something like that to me. Well, you see, the Shinkansen that we were supposed to get on to go to the region your wedding ceremony is going to take place in isn't running. It won't go past Tokyo Station. Huh? Yeah, and they're saying that it's not going to run anytime soon either. Huh? You're joking right now, right? Sorry, but it looks like we don't have the means to get to your wedding ceremony anymore. We won't be able to get there by today, no matter how hard we try. But that's going to be a huge problem for me. What? Oh, so is the majority of the guests you invited unable to make it as well or something? Yes! To think that I was looking forward to being able to throw a romantic wedding ceremony in the snow. I decided already that I wouldn't postpone it no matter what. But most of the people that I invited said that they won't be able to come anymore because the transportation systems have been shut down because of the blizzard. Even the people who were planning to come here by car can't anymore because the roads have been blocked with snow. Well, I guess that's only to be expected. At least you and Serena come to my wedding, please. But I just told you that that's impossible now that the Shinkansen has been stopped. I'll give you a wedding gift if you want, if you tell me your bank account. We just can't get past Tokyo Station anymore, at least for today. But... Carmen, give me a wedding gift of 20,000 euros. Huh? This is your punishment for not celebrating my wedding in person. I'm an old friend of yours, aren't I? And yet you didn't come to my wedding? Sorry, but there's no way I'm giving you that much money for just a wedding gift. Besides, your marriage was canceled, right? I don't need to give you a wedding gift in the first place anymore. You didn't listen to what everyone else told you when they said to postpone the wedding, and forced the staff at the wedding venue to go through with it despite nobody being able to come because of the blizzard. You ruined yours and your husband's wedding. Even your fiancé, who's basically a saint for being able to put up with your selfishness until now, finally lost patience with you. And in the end, it was decided that your marriage would be canceled. That's what happened, right? How do you know all that? You see, your parents told my parents all about it when they came to our house to apologize. Huh? What do you mean my parents went to apologize to your parents? You kept sending me these ridiculous texts, right? They came to apologize for that. I wasn't there since I went immediately to my current home after the Shinkansen at Tokyo Station was stopped, but I made an appearance through video chat. I told your parents that I was going to cut ties with you. You what? They just said that they understood my decision and that it couldn't be helped. And went home soon after that. Wait, hold on. But if you cut ties with me, I won't have any friends anymore. Just because we were friends back when we were kids doesn't mean that we're friends forever, Alice. Huh? Well then, goodbye. Like I said, this is the last you're going to hear from me. I was a bit confused as to why Alice suddenly asked me for 20,000 euros as a wedding gift, even though her marriage was canceled. But apparently Alice was made to pay for all of the wedding expenses, and she was planning on using the money that I was going to give her as a wedding gift to partly pay for it. She was planning on paying for the wedding expenses with the wedding gifts she was going to receive from her guests. But since almost nobody was able to come because of the blizzard, she never got this money and now needs to come up with several thousands of euros. Not only that, but the little amount she did receive as a wedding gift, she had to give back since the marriage was canceled. That's why she asked me for the 20,000 euros, it seems. I told Alice's parents about how she was asking me for 20,000 euros, and of course, they were extremely furious with her. Apparently, they told her, "You're not allowed to get into a relationship until you get your head straight." And not long after that, she was sent to become a monk at a temple one of her parents' friends runs. Alice now has to get by without any smartphones or TVs, and apparently is forced to meditate for hours under a waterfall every day.
Hi, Rosita. I finished inputting the data in the spreadsheet, so can I go home now?
What?
I mean, even you just went outside and aren't doing any work, so that means it's alright if I go home now, right?
Fiorina, I'm still negotiating with our clients for a business deal, you know? I'm not outside not doing any work. I'm currently at our client's office. And besides, do you know what time it is right now? Or is it that time flows differently just around you?
What? I don't know what you're talking about.
It's still 2 in the afternoon. You still have 3 hours until you can go home.
Yeah, but I'm finished with work. I don't have anything to do anyways.
If that's the case, then get some work to do from our manager. I already told you that he's in charge of educating the new employees, right? You can't just go home because you finished work early, you know. You get paid to work a specific number of hours here.
What? Can't I just do that tomorrow? What do you mean by educating the new employees, even? You sound like a mother-in-law that's bullying her son's wife.
Huh? A mother-in-law?
Yeah. Just because you're the department head doesn't mean you can talk down to me like this. Besides, you're already 43, right, Rosita? I bet you're just jealous because I'm still at the youthful age of 20. Let me guess, you're the type of person that bullies their son's wife at home, right? That's not right, you know.
Just so we can be clear, I'm single, you know? I don't have any children either.
What? But you're already 43. Isn't it already too late for you to have any children now?
Well, I do plan on getting married in 3 months, though, and it's none of your business whether I have children or not. We were talking about how you were about to get back to work, right?
What? You're getting married at the age of 43? Just what kind of pervert are you marrying? Are you sure you weren't getting scammed or something? He's probably just going to disappear with all your money one day. Are you sure this is a good idea, Rosita?
I know exactly who I'm marrying, so you don't have to worry about me being scammed. I don't see a point in talking about my private affairs any longer.
Come on, you're such a killjoy, Rosita. At least tell me how old this husband of yours is.
No, I'll talk to the manager for you and tell him you're finished with the work he gave you, so get your next work from him.
Huh? Fine. Rosita, I did a bit of investigation after our last conversation, but apparently you're marrying someone crazy, right?
Huh? What do you mean crazy?
Don't tell me, but did you seduce him into marrying you because you wanted money or something? Well, I guess that's obvious, I guess. Why else would someone want to marry a CEO?
What in the world are you talking about? And no, I didn't marry my husband for the money, if that's what you're so interested in. Wait, aren't you supposed to be working right now?
You're supposed to be working right now too, you know. Just tell me, how did you manage getting him to marry you? I just can't understand how a guy like that would want to marry you. An old hag in her 40s who's not even that attractive.
Do your work. My marital affairs are none of your business.
Come on, please, just tell me. If you don't, I'll just ask someone else, you know.
I'm not going to reply anymore, all right? Get back to work.
What? But I wanted to ask you so many questions. Hi, Rosita. I've got something to tell you. To tell you the truth, I think you're going to be very disappointed to hear this, but I'm currently on good terms with our CEO and have a very deep relationship with him. An old hag looking for money like you is a nuisance, to be honest. From now on, I can get the CEO to fire you anytime I want, so don't think that you can tell me what to do just because you're the department head anymore, all right? That's going to be a big mistake, since the CEO, he outranks you, obviously. To be honest, I'd rather you get fired as soon as possible and give up marrying into money like this. You were always nagging on me to do work anyways. You know what? I think I'll try and convince him to fire you right now.
Hey, Rosita, are you alright?
Huh? Hi, Lino. What are you talking about? I'm fine, I guess.
Are you sure? When I saw you at work today, you looked a bit strange.
Oh, yeah. So that's what you're talking about. I did pay a visit to your company today, didn't I?
Yeah, you seem to have something on your mind. Do you want to tell me about it? I wanted to talk to you in the office today, but I had a meeting right after that, so I couldn't.
Thanks for worrying about me, and I'm sorry for worrying you in the first place.
Don't worry about it. I'm going to be your husband soon, aren't I? If there's anything you want to tell me, I'll be here for you, alright? It's only a month and a half until our wedding, and you wouldn't want to have a problem in the back of your mind on the day of our wedding, right?
Yeah, I guess you're right. It's something about work, which is why I didn't know exactly how much I'm allowed to tell you.
Just tell me what you can tell me then. I'm sure it will make you feel better. In my experience, talking about something that makes things a lot less scary or bothersome than it actually is. I'll stop you if you start saying anything that sounds like you shouldn't tell me, so just talk to me.
Yeah, I guess I do want to tell you about it a little. Especially because everyone at work seems to be wanting to avoid the topic because they're afraid as to what Fiorina might do to them if she finds out.
Yep, I'm listening.
Thanks. You see, there's this woman that joined our company during the middle of the work year, and she's very selfish and arrogant.
In a way?
She got into the company in the first place by using her connections with the senior executive director. She was a relative of his, you see, and apparently she thought that this made her better than the other employees. But it seems like she started going out with our CEO recently as well, and so she's become even more selfish and arrogant than she was before. She practically doesn't do any work and just sits in her chair watching YouTube or looking at her phone all day. It would be fine if that's all she did, since we could just ignore her, but she also keeps bothering the employees, telling them to bring her water or stuff. Not only that, but she seems to not be using earphones on purpose, because she enjoys watching the other employees be annoyed at her, but not being able to do anything. It seems like the other employees are finding it difficult to call her out on it since she's the CEO's girlfriend and a relative of the senior executive director. Because of that, it looks like I'm the only one nagging on her all the time, and the atmosphere in the office has become terrible.
I see. That does sound like quite a difficult situation. And what does the CEO himself have to say about this?
He's completely in love with her and lets her do whatever she wants. I mean, he was always doubted as to whether he was capable enough to be the CEO or not, but now it looks like he really was incapable of being the CEO. The only reason he was chosen in the first place was because his father was the CEO before him. This company has had a problem with incompetent people getting their positions by leveraging their connections. Anyways, the CEO is of no use anymore. It looks like he's been seduced by a 20-year-old woman and now does whatever she says.
What? 20 years old? Your CEO is 45 years old, right? I heard he's been single ever since he got divorced with his wife 10 years ago. They could be father and daughter if you just looked at their ages.
Yeah, I mean the two are completely fine with this age difference, so
There's nothing really that outsiders like us can say. But just between us, I'm pretty sure that the only reason Fiorina, that's the name of the woman, by the way, approached the CEO was for his money. Everyone's just pissed at the whole situation, and the worst part is that we don't know what to do about it besides just quitting our jobs.
I see. Hey, could you let me handle the situation instead? I think I know how to solve this problem.
What? You?
The chairman of your company is the current CEO's father, i.e. the former CEO, right?
Oh, yeah. That reminds me, you mentioned before that you were acquainted with the chairman, right?
Yep. I used to work with him when he was in charge of the company. He was a lot more competent than his son, I'll tell you that. I can't tell you the exact details of what I'm planning yet, though. You see, I was drinking with the chairman once, and he told me this joke that was at the same time half serious. It was something about how he failed in raising his son, and how he wouldn't make a good CEO, despite trying to raise him for the position. He said that he thought it was in the company's best interest if they just hired some random employee from the office. At the time, he didn't have the proper motive to set things into motion. But if he hears how his son, the CEO, was having a bad effect on the company like this, I'm sure he's going to make the decision immediately.
If there's a chance that things will change for the better, then it's better than just standing here and watching, I guess.
Yep, I'll talk to the chairman first, so just wait a bit, all right?
I understand. I'm counting on you then.
Rosita, is it true that you're going to have your wedding today? But you got dumped by him, didn't you? Why are you going to have a wedding then? I can't believe it. You're even more pitiful than I thought. Is your head all right? I mean, are you seriously going to throw a wedding even though the groom won't be there? You scare me, Rosita. Oh, I get it. You're going to have a mannequin in the place of the CEO, right? That's even more scary.
Good morning, Fiorina. What in the world are these texts that you've been sending me? What do you mean the groom isn't going to be here? I mean, I went to the wedding with the groom, and we're currently preparing for the ceremony together.
What? You're even pretending to prepare for the wedding with the mannequin? Jesus. You're delusional on a dangerous level, Rosita. I mean, I knew you weren't in your right mind the moment I heard you were trying to marry him so that you could have some of his money, even though you're just an unattractive hag in her 30s, but I didn't know you were actually insane. I mean, it's even more scary because on the outside, you look like a functioning adult, but on the inside...
Delusional? What are you even talking about, Fiorina? You have quite the imagination, I'll give you that at least.
I mean, I'm currently with the CEO, you know. It's no use lying to me because there's no way he could be at your wedding at the same time.
Huh?
You already know that I'm dating the CEO, right? I mean, everyone in the office knows already.
Yeah, I know that, but...
I think now is a good time to make things straight. It's disgusting to think that an old hag like you is about to become the CEO's wife. He says himself that he wants to make me, the cute 20-year-old girl, his wife.
Oh, is that so?
Which is why you have no choice but to cancel today's wedding.
But how does you dating the CEO have anything to do with my wedding?
What? Are you crying sour grapes now? What? Are you going to tell me that you weren't actually dating the CEO?
Fiorina, could it be the case that you think the person I'm marrying is our CEO?
Of course! I mean, you always nag me to do my work, right? It pissed me off so much that on top of being annoying, you were going to marry the CEO, which is why I stole him from you. I'm going to become the CEO's wife now as well, so it's a two birds in one stone situation, right? By the way, to make sure that you wouldn't be able to steal him back no matter what, we went to the city hall on Thursday and turned in our marriage papers.
I see. So that's what you were after.
Don't say that like you weren't after his money yourself. I still don't know how you managed to get engaged to him in the first place, but I guess that doesn't matter now. Sucks to be you, I guess. If you've understood already, then why not just cancel the wedding?
No matter how hard you try, you're not going to get your groom. Just thinking that you're about to have a wedding ceremony with a mannequin from now makes me cringe. Seriously, you should consider entering a mental institution or something. Or is it that you're just getting old and aren't able to think straight anymore?
Fiorina, that person isn't the CEO, you know.
What?
He's not the CEO anymore, to be exact.
Why not?
You weren't at work this Friday, right? That's probably why you don't know about it yet. It was decided in a meeting of board of directors that the current CEO was going to lose his position.
Huh? I didn't hear anything about this from him.
Yeah, well, it looks like he's been keeping secrets from you. Oh, and your relative, the senior executive director, felt responsible for the situation and voluntarily resigned.
Huh? My uncle resigned? But he was the only one of my relatives that was willing to help me. Why was the CEO fired in the first place?
To put it simply, the CEO was released from his position because he wasn't doing his job as the CEO and instead spent all his time with you instead.
What? But he's the CEO. They can't just do this to him. Do you know how much he sacrificed?
I can't really guess as to what it is exactly that he sacrificed. I mean, he's always been incompetent at his job, and ever since he started dating you, he began not coming to work entirely. Seriously, have you ever heard of a CEO that doesn't go to work because he's going on a date with his girlfriend? Also, he didn't do anything about how you used your position as the CEO's girlfriend to get away with not doing any work at the office, right? Do you even know how much this adversely affected everyone else in the office? Well, I guess you do know that, huh? I mean, you did purposefully not use earphones when you were watching YouTube because you enjoyed annoying the other employees.
What do you mean adversely affected? Aren't you being a bit too mean to me? And what's with that accusation anyways? What? I can't not use earphones anymore just because you guys are working? I'm not on the same level as you peasants, remember? Besides, aren't you just being jealous right now? You're just trying to scare me because I stole your spot as the CEO's wife, aren't you?
No, all of what I'm telling you right now is true. You can ask the board of directors yourself if you want. It's not like I'm the one who had him fired. Not only that, but you seem to be making a big misunderstanding, so I'll correct you. It's true that I'm marrying a CEO, but not our CEO, okay? He's the CEO of our business partner.
What? But I was told that you were marrying the CEO.
You probably misheard. By the way, they're our largest business partner, so you probably know the company name. My groom today is the CEO of A Corporations. He's the one who's going to become my husband, not our former CEO.
Huh? But isn't A Corporations a bigger company than our own? It's also famous how the CEO is a 39-year-old and extremely handsome. You're marrying that handsome CEO, Rosita? How did you even get a man like that to marry you?
Yes, I was very lucky to have found such a great man. You see, I would often go to their office to discuss business negotiations, which is how I met the CEO.
Huh? But that doesn't explain why he chose you specifically. I don't get it. What does he see in an old hag like you? This is so unfair. Give him to me. I'll give you my boyfriend in return.
I don't think I need to even bother replying to that, but no thanks.
Humph. You say that now, but you're not going to be so confident anymore when I steal him from you. It's certain that he's going to fall for me instead once he sees me, who, unlike you, am young and pretty.
All right, then why don't you come to our wedding and try stealing him from me? You'll probably just waste a lot of time and money, though.
Of course I'll come. Where's the wedding venue?
Guam.
What? But the wedding's going to be done by the time I get there, right?
Well, yes.
Hold on. You're getting married abroad? Jesus, and to think that me and that old bum didn't even have a wedding ceremony. It must be nice marrying an actual CEO, huh?
I can't talk to you any longer about this because the ceremony is about to start. So, if you'll excuse me.
What even is that? You're just an old hag, but you're going to become the wife of the CEO of A corporations? And you're having a wedding ceremony abroad? And I just got married with a regular dude who's not even the CEO anymore. This is so unfair.
It seems that our company's former CEO was allowed to remain in the company as a regular employee. Apparently, the former CEO was quite the needy husband. Ever since Fiorina proposed getting divorced because she was now unsatisfied with her current situation, he's become extremely possessive of her. Not only that, but his mother, who was as possessive as her son, moved in with them, and she got pregnant under her supervision. Fiorina was forced to quit her job after this. Not only that, but since her parents had already gotten divorced, she had nowhere else to go, since even her uncle, the former senior executive director and the only relative of hers that hadn't thrown her away yet, gave up on her after she made a mess inside the company. She couldn't run away from her husband and his mother even if she wanted to. I once saw Fiorina, now pregnant, and the former CEO in town while walking at night. But the sight of Fiorina was an expression of complete despair, walking 3 steps behind the former CEO, who, in contrast with his wife, had a huge smile on his face, was nothing but pitiful. I, on the other hand, started my own business after this whole mess. My husband helps me run my new company, and I'm currently enjoying my new job and my new life as a married woman.